matchup for specifically tank Gragas. With Grass, back when his sustain was a lot better, you could just completely stonewall the Renekton. He never really was able to get shoved.
There from Chovy, losing a little bit in terms of experience, but ready for the potential play happening on the top side of that reset.
Potentially Oner a little bit far away as now could just be a team fight in. Pays doesn't actually get over the wall with that satchel. Could be an important start to this fight as Chovy's teleported in. That's going to be the grub going down, but can they win the fight? Impale comes in, kept into the sweet spot, but the barrel is so good. Still, it's going to be Chovy picking up first blood against Oner, and T1 just not completely on vision right now as Chovy with the Fate sealed, now stolen away or hijacked here, as that's a solar flare. It's going to connect. Great Impale as well, and I think Keria was there for a second, but now he is just gone. So the Herald goes to Gen.G. They'll take a kill as well, and now Chovy looking for more, as Faker just going to pop back to his soul. Zeus, when these teams stop just trading objectives everywhere, as Arrow is looking to connect, handshake straight into it here. And I don't think this Leona is going to last very long. That is going to be T1's first kill. They're holding on to it as best they can. Faker delivered that one.
Track of, especially after their experience against FlyQuest.
Well, Canyon, he's dashing on over. Faker able to dash back whenever he would like to, but straight into the Impale. Another solar flare is going to lock down Faker, and he is likely to die. The bailout not going to work in Chovy. Yeah, he stopwatches, but now he's looking for even more. Zeus not going to get stunned up here as Keen didn't have that off cooldown just yet. Yeah, there is no smite anywhere near this pit. Chovy, can you actually stop something from happening here? As it's going to be Oner that locks this one down. Ulti from Faker finds two. He's out of there immediately. Keen's able to try and chop them up. And there goes Oner, but they'll trade that any day of the week. They have the Baron buff as Keria able to get the handshake beautifully. His position amazing. As Lehends is in so much trouble, Zeus going to pick it up with a body slam, and Pays is slowed down as well. They're being separated and destroyed as T1 just dance on Gen.G.
The main course.
3K gold lead now for T1, even though the first minute or so, the Baron, they weren't able to find anything. It's the setup afterwards. This team has perfected these Baron plays. Canyon!
Arrow going to connect. Canyon delivered. He finds an Impale, but he has no friends. The inner turret goes down. Hostile takeover to deliver Lehends, as Keen with the dominance just trying to distract him. In goes Lehends, trying to take them away from his inhibitor turret. So he's going to be separated from his body.
He made me feeling like in the late game they can't match. Gen.G gonna try and go for a Hail Mary here.
Yep, Chovy's got a cask at the ready. It is gonna be Oner denying that soul, and now T1 starting off the fight. Can Gen.G actually find an angle as hostile takeover comes in? Keria, he's tried to bail himself out, and it's going to work for now. The Impale is good. They take down Keria, but can they deal with the carries? That's the question. Chovy starting to pop up, and so is Kobayushi. Chovy's cut down. More arrows into his back, and he knows that it's done. Flashing forward. It's a
And they'll say you'll have to try better than that if you want to make it to London.
Nexus turret number 1, Nexus turret number 2, and T1 will take the first game in this best of 5, and we'll see whether Gen.G can do better in game 2. So one of the things that I feel was missed, and there was not a lot missed from our teaser today, it was one of Phil's best things ever, but one of the things that was missed...
That does not sound great. If you are Gen.G, and I got to give credit to T1, I think Gen.G thus far have been very predictable in how they have drafted and the priorities that they've used. And some of these individual champions, they've just not looked that good. And Keen on Jax, that's great. But Canyon on Skarner...
Zeus can pretty much face check into anyone, right? Because, you know, he's Maokai, he's a tank, he can also use his saplings, a lot of safety. Means that the threat of the time is coming.
Yep, Keria is going to get stunned up here by Lehends as he makes his way in level 2. Only level 1 for Keria. He's burning down. He's dead. That is going to be first blood going over to Canyon, and they'll take some plates to boot because Zeus now finds himself in a whole lot of trouble. Might have a twisted advance to try and outplay some stuff. That Arcade Smash was pretty good, or the Bramble Smash as it's known now, as Canyon underneath this turret has to flash. He's able to dodge the turret shot as a couple more autos are needed. It's Pays that locks it down, almost dies, and somehow they navigate the
Maokai is always going to have a lot of impact as a Faker.
Yeah, could be in some trouble here as Lehends moving on over, finds a shattering strike. Ulti available here as Faker decides to go down, but Canyon's there to meet him. Faker now trying to change positions, but the plasma is Circus Greaves done for Gumayushi. It's a bit of a battle towards the bottom side of the map. Zeus could be in trouble. Canyon once again just lawnmowering his way over. Oner going to get caught by the Brambles. Actually not. because of course there's Aces. I'm getting confused. Should be a jungler that has that ability. Keen jumping back though. I don't know about that one, but he has the counter-strike. Zeus now looking for an opportunity here, but Keen looks like he's out. Canyon now the one moving forward, but Oner is continuing these autos. The Dance of Arrows can get him in range as they get the Bramble Smash to slow Canyon down. Impale's going to be dodged beautifully. Counter-strike for the stun. Canyon on about 1 health, and Oner cannot dive the turret.
The only one that's actually essential. You know, everything past that is nice, but
yeah,
particularly, oh, Lehends.
Yeah, possible catch here onto Keria once again. He shows them the door, but Pei says, no, I'm not going to get caught by that one. One more auto attack, but there's the Lamb's Respite. And Oner is going to be able to save Keria. He actually walks out. That's going to be Rift Herald going on over to Gen.G as well. A monopoly on these objectives so far in this game as Keria's flashing on over. Lehends could be in trouble. Shattering Strike going to hold him in place as Faker wants to be able to get a piece of this.
It's going to be the Grubs and the Herald going over to Gen.G, but the second Dragon of the game. Oh!
Okay, he just wanders on in there. He'll fly.
What is Zeus
They're like,
up to?
you're not going for this.
Well, we'll see what they can actually get done here as it's going to be Keria blowing up like a balloon.
They were not!
Yeah.
They were not doing it!
No, all of the things about T1's team fight still kind of stand, but without the Braum, that's a big piece of that puzzle missing. We'll see what they're able to do here as the nature is grasping. Does manage to stun up Canyon. He can get over that wall pretty comfortably as now they've just singled out Zeus. So much damage. Lehends takes the kill. And T1, they had the trap set up, but Gen.G don't want to go there. As now Oner trying to dash back. Keen says, no, I'm going to buy time for my teammates as Keria comes over. The Winter's Bite does nothing, and Keen, he just wants to fight again. They'll take the Baron, and Keen gets back into position. And now Canyon is just crashing into them. The two-man Impale as well. And Gen.G will destroy the Baron, destroy the team fight, and I think they're looking for the game. Gumayushi. Gen.G have taken 2 inhibitors in a matter of seconds. It's a 10,000 gold lead plus here with this Hex Dexol, and T1 once again throwing out some grasping nature. They try to line up behind their tank, and it is absolutely working. Pace is indeed unstoppable as Keria goes down. The Killer Instinct is named well as Zeus is his second one. The Lamb's Respite going to keep them alive for now, but who's it healing? It's only healing Gen.G as they move to 1-1 in this series.
I like the idea of T1's composition, but in practice, the way in which Gen.G executed the lane swap, the way that they punished T1 in the early game, and then they just...
This time the Blitzcrank is open, but it looks like instead they're going to go for something a lot more well-rounded, and they did have a really good game on it in game number 2.
Yep, the pretty standard option in the rel. But like you say, I actually think playing for Lehends' comfort...
Also, do you know Chovy going for a grasp again? Would expect him to try and keep Faker down, particularly those first 6 levels is where the Akali can really struggle.
And there are a lot of bad guys in the brush.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, there's the charm that crashed down as well. It's a dead Gragas. It's going to take a little bit of time because he's relatively tanky, but still, that's first blood going over to...
Wanting to spend his earned gold from
Ash
those
arrow.
full players.
Oh, God. Okay, the arrow is going to connect. The counter-strike wears off, but there's the cease and desist. And he can't flash Leap Strike out of that one. And even though he had the Grandmaster's Might, he's still going down. Good position to start this one off. He's just beelining right in there. Paranoia comes down. They do throw out the ulti. Keria trying to keep them at bay, and oh no! There goes Lehends, and now Faker is caught onto Keen, lands the Shuriken, and he's going to wait for the Leap Strike. There's the max range Q, and that's Faker's Akali at Worlds, ladies and gentlemen. And this is so much more map control as Canyon's doing his very best to try and clear things out. Dustbringer should be able to help as there's the charge, and this turret's not going to be long for the world. Oh my God, the damage! The arrow's going to connect, and Lehends trying to crash his way out. She says no, he has his bow primed, and it's another, oh, never mind, not another charge, that's a smite coming through. Maybe it was a bait season assist, and it's a double kill. He's able to get the arcane ship, but just barely clipped by the hostile takeover. And Gen.G cannot do anything this game.
I mean, it's just a beatdown from T1. If game 2 is...
Oh God, okay, there's gonna be 5 people towards this top side of the map as Paisley gonna try and get on in there. Another cast, Keen is just being thrown around by it like a ragdoll, and it's another kill for Gumayushi as a result. Gen.G not able to...
can get to a next item as, oh boy.
Yep, it's gonna continue not being very possible to be able to make those advantages happen, and if Faker gets into the Shroud, Zay's gonna fall off the kill, and now Faker is looking to try and get in there for more. Dashing after Canyon and Keen here. It is just Faker at the moment, but now you can see they make their way in. The Paranoia comes down. Decent little utilization of the counter-strike, but Faker's gonna get another kill. Hostile takeover means Keen is dead at the same time, and Pace almost hit by that handshake. It opportunity to watch as we're straight into it once again. Magnus Storm going to come down. This could be a pick as Keria actually more tanky than we might have expected. He gets bailed out as well as Faker gets another one. Make it two as Oner is in on the action still. He's going to go down. The cast just to remove Pays, and Gumayushi is on a rampage. Keen is on the floor, and T1 is the prize that they're looking for, but it's going to get reset, and it looks like Oner should be able to take control of it. Into the shroud goes Faker. Is now paranoia. They think they might have them where they want them. As over the wall goes Chovy. He's got the flank angle, and they take down Guma to start off the fight, but it has to be paid for by Keen. Now a 4 versus 4 as T1 look to rally back into position. Can they win? Next one going to be very, very scary because a 4 Drake Hextech Soul sounds unbeatable. Shattering Strike going to get a fair bit of value here, but Lehends still in a whole lot of trouble as Faker looking for them. Still dashing forward as the paranoia does come down. The stun is gorgeous. The execution is perfect, and now Chovy looking to try and get out of there with that spirit.
Chovy's going to do something really crazy.
Like in your waters?
Oner.
Oh yeah, Oner was thinking about it. The arrow is going to go wide, but still Spirit Rush has to be invested as Pays gets caught by Handshake, and now over the wall they go, but Oner might be going a little bit too far. You've got Zayas coming in though, just trying to be the hero, and speaking of heroes, Faker finds Pays, but not enough damage. Lehends, the first to go down in the exchange, and now Gen.G are scattered. Pays is dead, and Zayas says, you cannot take this belly. It's going to be Canyon.
As the turnaround is found, T1 not going to let Gen.G claw their way back in this game. Canyon tries to flash just to clear the wave.
Yeah, King desperately trying to hold him, but he cannot, and now it's Chovy left on his lonesome. He's going to need to be that hero as these minions are going to now join these Nexus turrets. Lehends just trying to buy some time, and he knows that this game is over. Chovy just trying to get back to his fountain. Goes golden alongside Faker as the Nexus is not going to go down. The perfect execution of T1 in this game, exemplified by their mid laner on the fountain of Gen.G, and they'll move to match point.
I just love that Zayas ended the fight with a beautiful bomber. And the Gragas ultimate.
Oh, that'd be fun. I don't know whether it is. That would certainly be. Oh, okay, yeah, it's a pike angle.
It's always a pike angle.
For Keria it is. Those bone skewers are targeted for this guy. Watching that series blew my mind. Vadius, I'm so glad that you had your finger.
And they are double Halo Bladesing. We remember from spring 2023.
The mobility and how, like in the meta, it feels it can be difficult to play. But in a position like this,
yeah, Faker looking for Canyon, trying to find that opportunity, scaring him with where this shot might go. Point blank, the charge, the stun, but the knockback with the buster shot is not enough. And first blood goes to Faker's Ari, and Chovy, and it is a different story when it's the unkillable Demon King that has it. As another charm is going to connect him. Usually executes Lehends. They do try and even out the fight as Faker is evicted, but T1 is still standing their ground.
Have a stacked wave on the top side. T1 have read the play effectively. Faker's on the rotation. Keria.
Yeah, can he charge it? He does find a knockback onto Pays. There's the crash into the wall as well. Lehends just caught out and explodes. Oner's going to grab kill credit for that one, and T1 seem to do no wrong as Gen.G are committing onto this Rift Herald. Chains of Corruption going to connect onto Lehends. He's thrown down the ulti, but he's just dead. There's nothing he can do, but Keen gets rid of 2, and now Faker, he's able to dance his way out. Keria,
and I know we've mentioned it a lot as a hold that thought. Lehends might be in trouble again, but looks like he's going to be okay. Although Guma
manages to catch him on the juke, and he explodes one more. Oner's like, all right, let's just on that Orbit Deception. As Lehends allowed to drive once again. I don't know about it as he gets pulled back immediately, but he's able to absorb a lot of it still. The answering impale is so good. The arrow is going to connect onto the backline, onto Keria to deny him. We'll see, it's going to be a fair bit of damage onto this one. Spear is going to be coming out perfectly. There's the twisted advance. The charm goes wide. Faker's dead. That is going to be Canyon taking him down, but it's now Zayas trying to be the hero. He catches Canyon with the counter-strike stun, and he's under the wrong turret. Lehends going to go down for the 5th time, and it's a double for the other side.
Just desperately clinging on to their world's dreams.
Steadfast presence now on cooldown for a little while as T1 look to set up a 5-man siege on this inner turret. At 23 minutes, sieging is quite difficult unless the Bone Skewer comes through. The arrow is denied by the ulti from Keen, but now with only 2 stragglers here, Zayas will explode. It's Canyon that locks up the kill as Keen dives in once again. Pays able to take down Keria, but it's Gumayushi standing tall and taking down Keen. Still a
They are not giving over Soul Point for free.
Well, Keria is going to walk into Lehends here. Hike so incredibly squishy. There's the teleport from Keen. The front line will arrive. Chains of Corruption do go wide. As now Lehends, he's chunked out just a little bit, but he's going to throw his life away for a good position in a team fight. Keria on a flank angle. It is going to be Oner taking soul point, but can they win the fight? That's a phenomenal ultimate from Keen, and Pays is untouched. Still Keria explodes, pops like a balloon. Zeus has the counter strike, but he has no friends. Faker dives in to try and save him. The flash on Chovy, and it's a double kill. Pays now standing his ground. She can't do anything in Genji.
And the double AD carry now have hit their spikes.
All right, Bone Skewer going to connect, but the spear does too. That is a decent impale, only onto one there as Lehends able to eat some turret shots, and he'll be okay. Man, that Primal Surge almost gave him his whole health bar back. And the siege will continue here.
I just don't think they will.
Yeah, Nature's Grasp going to cut out the arrow, connecting onto Oner. Chains of Corruption just try and buy some space with the flash. Onto Faker, the knock-up, and he's dead. Pace's arrows follow him into the death chamber as the impale is decent. Oner's still alive, he's so tanky, and it's Gumayushi taking matters into his own hands. The spears go wide and the poppy goes down. It's a double kill for the Skarner, and Chovy's still alive. There's a bit of damage, but he gets over the wall, flashes, but the Bone Skewer finds him. The shame, they are not done yet. Nexus turret stand between them and another final. He goes golden, he's holding onto the wave. He wants to take it down, he does. But another one is conga lining in. Lehends, he knows he just has to move it away from these Nexus turrets. And he is able to stall it out. Another teleport. Faker does come back. And they'll now get their time. It is Guma that's able to melt these turrets. And Genji for the last 2 years have been the kings of Korea. But we know the world is T1's home ground.
What an incredible final game! At the brink of a comeback, Genji's final fight is shut down. And in such poetic fashion, they catch Faker. He was the first.